All right, let's dive in. Today, we are going to build your personal professional communication toolkit. These aren't just abstract theories. These are the core skills that'll help you make sure your ideas actually land, get people on board with your projects, and, really move your career forward.
Oh man, we have all been there, right? You spend time crafting what you think is a perfectly clear email. You hit send, and the reply you get is so far off, you wonder if they even read the same message. That little bit of friction, that confusion, that's exactly what we're here to solve. So, to fix those crossed wires for good, we've got to go back to the very basics. We're going to look at the fundamental blueprint that's running in the background of every single conversation, every email, every presentation you ever give. Now, of all the words on this slide, the most important phrase is right at the end, to reach a common understanding. See, it's not just about talking at people or blasting out information. The real goal, the whole point of it all, is to get on the exact same page with someone else. This right here, this is how that common understanding either gets built or completely falls apart. It seems simple, right? You have an idea, you wrap it up in words, you send it. But here's the catch. A mistake can happen at any one of these 6 stages. And that last step, feedback, that is your only way of knowing if the message you sent was the message they actually received. Okay, so we have the blueprint. Now, let's look at the 2 main channels we use to send our messages. Because, as you're about to see, what we say is often just a tiny part of the story. This is where it gets really interesting. Your verbal channel, that's the words you pick. But your nonverbal channel, your tone of voice, how you're sitting, your facial expressions, that stuff is so much more powerful. Think about it. If your words say, yeah, I'm super excited about this, but your body is slumped over and you're staring at the floor, which message do you think people are going to believe? Every time. So, mastering your words and your body language is one thing. But the real next level skill is knowing how to switch up your entire communication style depending on exactly who you're talking to. You know this intuitively. You wouldn't explain a complex bit of code to your CEO the same way you would to another developer, right? Your CEO needs the big picture, the so what, while your teammate needs the nitty-gritty details. Changing your style isn't just about being polite, it's about being effective. It's the difference between being understood and being ignored. So far, we've focused a ton on sending messages, but that's only half the equation, isn't it? Let's talk about the other side of the coin. We're going to reframe listening not as some passive thing you do, but as your secret professional superpower. Let's get this straight because it's a huge distinction. Hearing is a physical process. It's totally passive. Sound waves hit your eardrum, your brain registers it. That's it. But listening is an active mental process. It's a choice you make to focus, to understand, and to interpret the meaning behind the words. And of course, actually listening is hard. Why? Well, because of all this stuff. Your phone is buzzing, you're already thinking about the brilliant thing you're going to say next, or maybe, if we're being honest, you're just not that interested. These are the walls we all put up, most of the time without even realizing we're doing it. So how do we tear down those walls? Well, with these tools. And let me tell you, the most powerful one on this list might just be paraphrasing. Actually saying the words, okay, so if I'm understanding you correctly, what you're saying is, it's a game changer. It forces you to actually process what they said, and it makes the other person feel truly heard. Listening is our superpower for spoken information. But let's be real, we're drowning in written stuff every day, reports, emails, articles. So let's add our other receptive skill to the toolkit, reading, but we're going to do it with a strategy. Forget just reading a document from the first word to the last. This technique, SQ3R, turns reading from a passive task into an active investigation. And in a business setting, this is your secret weapon for getting through that dense 30-page report before a meeting. When you skim first and create questions, you're giving your brain a mission. You're not just reading anymore, you're hunting for answers, and that makes a world of difference for how much you actually remember. All right, we've gone through the blueprint, the channels, the different styles, and our receptive superpowers. Now let's pull it all together and take a look at the complete, powerful toolkit you've just assembled. And here it is, your complete communicator's toolkit. You've got a tool for understanding the fundamental process, tools for mastering what you say and what your body says, techniques for adapting your style, for truly active listening, and for reading smarter, not just harder. You are now equipped for basically any situation that comes your way. So I'll leave you with this question. Don't try to tackle all of this at once. That's a recipe for failure. Just look at this list and pick one thing. Just one. Are you going to focus on paraphrasing this week? Or maybe try the SQ3R method on the next long document you get? Pick one, give it a real shot, and just see what happens.